Hey guys, May is over, school is done, it is time for summer, and with that brings a new TBR. Hey guys, if you are new here, welcome to the Book Path. I'm Nicole, and if this isn't your first rodeo, thanks for sticking around. So June is upon us. It is time for a new TBR. Luckily for me, I have chosen not really to participate in any readathons really for June or July, with the exception of things like Magical Readathon, Final Book Support Group, if the Literature Club will pop up at some point. Things that I've already been participating in, I'll continue to do so. But anything new I'm not going to do it right now, just so that I can focus on a lot of the things that I haven't been able to get to yet that I really have been wanting to try to finish or complete, whether it be some challenges that are year-long that I just haven't been able to tackle. And I want to kind of get a head start before things like the Magical Readathon comes back up in August for the fall or the summer, but it's the fall equinox courses. And then you start having like Becca's Bookoplathon and other readathons take precedent. So I just kind of wanted to sit back, not necessarily mood read, although I'm hoping to get one or two mood reads in, and just kind of get through the things that I've been wanting to get through. So with that, we have some major magical readathon catch up to do before August. So for my female character, Azraelyn, for her magical studies degree for herbology, she was lacking one last course, and that was to read a book for alchemy, which was to read a book with a circle on the cover. And for that, I had A Game of Malice and Greed with the circle coin on there. I had read the kind of prequel for this. This is a new series by Carolyn Peckham and Susan Valenti, who have written quite a few books I liked. It's going to be a multi-POV story about gods, vengeance, almost has elements of like a control of a genie, if you will, like just lots of things. But the one thing I loved was that they had these beautiful character illustrations in here for each of the characters that I thought was just gorgeous. So I am excited to finish that one up. There's not much known because it's kind of like a prophecy written on the back about like lost gods, a princess, a thief, a broken warrior. So there's all these different kind of character elements coming into whatever this series is going to be. So that is going to be my book for my female character that should complete her herbologist degree, which I need to do before August and the new courses come in. Aside from that, my male character Farron was also one class shy of completing his Beastmaster spring degree, if you will, and that was his elemental studies, and that was to read a book with a source of light on the cover. And for that, I had chosen Lord of the Fading Lands by C.L. Wilson. This is book one in the Tyrant Soul. I think it's a trilogy, I'm not sure. But basically, you have like a Fae king who needs to find a way to save his kingdom. He comes across a woodcutter's daughter who has like interesting dreams and some sort of magic. And so I don't know if they fall in love or they're fated to be in love or whatever happens, but they have to team up, navigate kind of the world around them. There's a darkness on the rise, and that darkness might actually be tied to the magic that the girl possesses. So it sounded really interesting. It does have a small little source of light on the cover, like an ember burning. I'm going to take it. I've been trying to get this one finished too, so hopefully I will get that one done, and both my characters will have achieved their spring course load done, you know? But that is not done with Magical Readathon because we still have the Year in Aurelian prompts, and that gets you extra little perks for your character. And I am a little bit behind on that. I did catch up, but I still need my, I still need to complete my May prompt for my female character, Azraelyn. I don't know as of this point. There's still like a week left. I'm going to try to tackle it. So hopefully I will have it complete and it won't be impacted, but just in case, I'm going to throw it on here anyway. And that was to get extra credit in restoration and to read a book where the title has multiple R's. And for this book, I had picked out The Librarian and the Janitor. It was a smaller novella. I thought I could get through it pretty quickly. And just the title kind of intrigued me because I'm wondering if this is kind of like an after schools spicy book of, to school staff and what kind of happens when the school doors close and the lights go out, all that fun stuff. So that is the one that I'm going to do for that. But hopefully I can get through it before June starts and we won't even have to deal with it or read it then. So that is catching up. By that point, we will be able to move on to our June prompts. And for our female character, it's going to be to care for the cure bloom in the greenhouse. And that is to read a book with a flower on the cover. So I am picking The House of Marion by J.L. I cannot tell you what this book's about because this is also a book for one of my Our Fantasy Bingo Board prompts. That's the year-long readathon. This was the book that was a cover by. You're not supposed to know anything about it. So I don't know. I didn't read any blurbs. I have no idea what this is about. It just really looked pretty with the flowers and like this kind of sword with a mist on it. And then the fact that at the top of it, it has praise from Stephanie Garber, who wrote The Ballad of Never After, which I really enjoyed that trilogy. So can't tell you more about it yet, but this is going to be it because it does have the flowers on the cover. So that will be my June pick for that. For my male character, we are to study the cognition of postal birds, which honestly kind of fits his whole Beastmaster prompt. But that was to read a book with an envelope or a typewriter on the cover. And I freaked for a moment because I don't know of any books that really have that. I was getting close to having to, do some sort of list search and see if there was a list somewhere out there for books with this because I was like, oh my gosh. But luckily, another book from my fantasy bingo board popped up. I think for the Our Fantasy Bingo Board, it's a book with multiple letters in the title, and that is going to be The Train to Impossible Places by P.G. Bell. If you look on the back right there, this little goblin creature is holding an envelope. And so I couldn't be more ecstatic that it was a little bit easier than I thought it was going to be. This is a middle grade that I picked out because it just looked kind of fun. And I've been looking for fun books for my kids to kind of read or for us to read together. And this is just kind of about a girl who she comes across the Impossible Postal Express, which is it's not an ordinary train. It's basically a troll operated delivery service that runs everywhere from ocean bottom shipwrecks to Trollville to space. So basically it's her working on this train, and then there is like an evil lady Crepsula of the Obsidian Tower, and they're supposed to deliver a package, and adventure, kind of commences. So it just looks kind of fun. Like I said, it looks like there are like a whole assortment of very interesting characters that we will get into. So I'm going to read it and see how I feel about it. And if I like it, then I'm going to kind of keep it around for my kids and see how they go with it. But this will fulfill the prompt of having the envelope on the cover, as well as the fantasy bingo board, because it has the train, multiple T's, at least 3 T's on the cover, which I think was like the hard prompt for it. So that should bring us up to date completely on the Magical Readathon, where we will just be doing our monthly challenge for July when it happens, and then hitting the books again in August. But that should, like I said, bring us up to date. We'll be good. Stressing will be gone. So next up, we do have our next pick for the Cocky Hero Book Club. I think this is the last book that was actually written by Penelope Ward and V. Keelan together. And this one is Mr. Moneybags. This one is kind of like a girl is going for an interview. She gets into the elevator with a man who seemingly seems to be like some sort of delivery boy, or delivery man, I guess I should say. And unbeknownst to her, he is actually the really rich guy that she calls Mr. Moneybags, that she's supposed to have an interview with. and he's really intrigued with her and obviously kind of attracted to her. And so he cancels the interview with her and proceeds to kind of get to know her as this delivery guy. And she starts to fall for him and they start to date. And, you know, it's only a matter of time before the truth is going to come out and see how it goes. So I'm hoping that this will be better than some of the ones that I've been reading in the past, because it seems like we've kind of taken a nosedive, whereas the first like 3 books I absolutely adored. So we will see how this one falls on the, I guess, the Chalky Hero Club scale, as it were. But this is going to be our next pick for that, so we should have fun with that. So up next, we do have the 2 picks that I haven't been able to get to from the Challenge Accepted jar. And the first one up was The Leprechaun's Mate by Elliot Asen, or Asen. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so I'm sorry. This one basically is about, I think it's a young girl going abroad to Ireland, a young man coming back home, trying to take care of his family, keep everything afloat. I don't know if the young man in question is a leprechaun. I'm not sure. It's supposed to be kind of a short, I think, instant attraction, romance, steamy little novella there. So we will see how that one goes, but it could be interesting and a lot of fun. And then, of course, it's a short read, which I love because there's a lot that we're trying to get through this month, even though it's kind of like a more calmer, no readathon month. The other book that I already went through in a previous video, the other one that we're doing from the Challenge Accepted jar is Circle of Friends by Maeve Binchy. This is the one that was turned into the movie about a group of friends that, I think it's post-World War II, are just kind of navigating friendships, lives, betrayal, relationships, and at the heart of it is is this girl that's really sweet, named Benny, that's kind of like your girl next door type. She's usually overlooked for her prettier friends. And the young boy that I think his name is Jack, he kind of takes a liking to her, and it's kind of their story at the root of everything else, their friendship, their love, stuff that happens along the way. So it's been years since I've seen the movie, so hopefully I will be able to read the book and see how different it was from the movie and see if it was still really good, because I really did love the movie. I really liked it. So that will be the other Challenge Accepted pick. But that is not all, because if you know, one of the things I was doing when I thought I wasn't going to have all of that back list of books to get through, I had posted a question out on YouTube, on our channel, asking kind of what you guys would like to see me do. And there were a few options of just trying to clean up some things. One of them was to tackle the Zodiac Academy series. One was to work on the Our Fantasy Bingo to try to get caught up there. Another was, I think it was like a spinner wheel, where I was gonna further that by asking for book titles or prompts that you guys wanted to see, and put that on the spinner wheel and just kind of have a read as you go month. But you guys did not select any of those. You guys actually surprised me, and you picked for me to finish exploring the Shadowhunter world in the Mortal Instruments series. So we're going back to this guy. Now, obviously, I have read this book. This is kind of a codex, so this is more of like, I might read this. It's not as important as the other ones, I should say. But I shouldn't say that, because, you know, you never know what's in there, and some of them can help out. But it's really the series here that we're trying to finish and get through. This is obviously the one that was made into the TV show. I have not watched the TV show, I think, after the first season, because I did want to read the books. This is the famous series by Cassandra Clare as well, that we have been reading the prequel series of like the Clockwork Angels and the Chain of Thorns, and all those books have led up to, they were prerequisites, if you will, for being in chronological order for this series. So this one is kind of, I think, more like modern day. I did read, like I said, I read the first book, which was The City of Bones, and it was all right. It was all right. A lot of kind of immature, kind of teenage stuff going on. and I just wasn't drawn to really any of the characters. So we will see how that changes throughout, see if there's more development into these characters, because there have been a few in the past in the other books, which, funny enough, I know she wrote these first and then she wrote the other ones, which might explain why I'm liking the other ones, because they've been developed maybe a little bit more than the earlier writings. But we will see how it goes, how the storyline goes. So yeah, let's take a look at all the fun things. I think what we'll do, gosh, when you look at all of it, it just looks kind of overwhelming. But oh my gosh. Okay, so kind of like this is what we're looking at. But like I said, I already read this one. Whoops, as I drop everything. That fell too far for me to pick up. If we pretend like this is maybe the book that just fell, and then like this is one of the novellas that we're gonna read, and then maybe like Mr. Moneybags here. Like, we're gonna get through as much as we can. Like I said, it's not other than the ones that are on top here. I guess I should swivel them around so you can see which ones I'm actually talking about. Other than the ones right here, these are kind of the prerequisites that must get done first, because they are for like the magical readathon and getting caught up. This right down here, I can kind of take my time with a little bit more, and I'm going to put this down because it's heavy. Oi. But yeah, that is basically what we are looking to get done for June. Obviously kids are out of school and activities will need to be done. I know we have like a family trip planned as well in the month. So we will see what happens, how much reading I do get done. I'm not really putting any goals other than finishing the requirements for the magical readathon to get us caught up there. So we will see what happens. Let me know how your summer is starting out. If you have any reading plans, adventure plans, family plans, let me know. Share them in the comments below. Send me a message. I want to know how you guys are doing. And I hope that you guys are enjoying the warm weather. Hopefully it's not too hot already and we can maybe slowly get into the heat of summer. But wish you guys the best, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.